Welcome to another lap guide. We are at the Autodrome Lago Maggiore East Circuit and we're driving the Gr.4s. In this lap guide I'm driving the Scirocco. I've tried various cars including the Megane who is topping the charts right now. For me it was a lot easier to get fast in the Scirocco. The central theme of this lap guide will be to abuse the curbs as much as you can. Let's dive straight in. The first braking point is at the end of the fence. Brake hard in a straight line and trail brake into the first corner. We're staying in third gear. Make use of the curb on the left but not too much as it can unsettle the car. A quick burst of acceleration after the first corner, followed by a trail brake into the next corner. We switch back to second gear in order to help us rotate, but before we accelerate we shift back up into third gear. With the Scirocco you'd never want to accelerate out of a corner in second gear, always to third gear. Move your car to the right side of the track, use the full width of the track, so go over the white line in order to get a wide entry into the left-hander. Halfway into the apex, lift so you stay on the left side of the road. The next corner is a very important one, because it's followed by a straight. I start braking at the second Proxys sign on the left. Just a little bit of braking is applied just to get the car to rotate. Make use of the curb here. You can park your car completely on the white as long as you have two wheels touching the red and white curb. You can let the car go wide on this section and change to fourth gear relatively quickly in order to prevent understeer out of the corner. Next braking point is where the grey line ends. Brake hard in a straight line and try to hug the left side of the road because we're going for a very late apex. Shift down to third gear, try to hit the end of the orange sausage curb and accelerate out as fast as you can. You can switch to fourth gear relatively early again here in order to prevent understeer. See here how I stay on the left side of the road in order to make a really wide entry into the corner. Next braking point is at the start of the red and grey paint. We only apply a little bit of brake just to get the car turned in. You can definitely take more of the curb as I do, as long as your right wheels stay on the red and white curb. From here on it's full throttle. Try to go through the S's in the straightest line possible. Here's a still shot of how I take this particular corner. You can see that two wheels are touching the red and white curb, but that's about it. And the same for this corner. Use the white curb as much as you can. Really smash those curbs. You should really try and see if you can push it to the limits and see from what point you get a penalty. You'll be surprised. Try to go as smooth as possible through this section, which means minimal steering input. And for the last corner I brake after the first red and white sign, after the 100-meter mark. Brake hard in a straight line, go down to second gear and turn into the corner. Be patient with this one as it's a very long corner. Make sure to switch up to third gear before you put any acceleration back in the car. When you do it right, your car will be pushed all the way to the left side of the road. And that's it. A lap around this track. There's one trick though I'd like to share, and you may have picked it up already. And that is, in the Scirocco, if you brake and you keep the accelerator slightly on, it stabilizes the car. So have a look back at the footage and you'll see that whenever I brake into a corner, I might have 10 to 15% of acceleration happening at the same time. It really stabilizes the car. So let's have a look at this lap at full speed then. And here's the first example of that. See the little bit of acceleration that I have? Use the road slight lift to stay on the left side of the car so we can have a fast exit out of this particular turn. Now we're going for a very late apex. Go up at the fourth to prevent understeer. In the middle of this left corner the straight in principle starts, so that's why it's very important to make sure that you keep the SS as straight as possible, as it will allow you to maintain a lot more speed, and all of that speed is carried out through the straight. When you slow down the car, make sure you do it in a straight line, as it is the most effective way of slowing down the car. And that's it, my quali lap of a 1:22.7. See you at the races, guys.